Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a pod test today. Today I have got, this is the Ecuadorian Sweet. These pods were sent to me from my friend Phil, so thanks a lot Phil for sending these. There's not a huge amount of information on these. They are meant to be a sweet chili, and as you can guess from the name, originating from Ecuador. They're pretty cool looking chilies. I'm not entirely sure whether they get a huge amount bigger than this or not. They've got their shape's not too far off of the Brazilian starfish. They got that kind of multi-lobed, quite flattened looking pods. They're not quite as cone shaped or pointy as a lot of other pods are. Pretty cool looking, nice colour. And I've got one here that I cut open, which has fallen all the way open now. Yeah, not too much placenta in there. Looks pretty juicy. It's actually quite wet. They are actually a capsicum chinense, but kind of open it looks like it's kind of juicy and fruity and looks a little bit like a bacatum. But the smell on it, it smells exactly like a habanero when you cut it open. It smells like it's going to be hot, it smells like it's going to be nasty, but they... I don't mean nasty in a bad way. It smells like it's going to be more painful than it actually is, because these are meant to be a sweet chili. But if I didn't know otherwise, I'd say side by side, it's pretty damn similar to a habanero in the smell. So quite fruity, tropical. There's a hint of that kind of red pepper kick in there as well. It smells just like a habanero to me. And I don't know, it's kind of sending alarm bells off to me because I'm not particularly in the mood for something ever so hot right now, hence I'm doing this one. Instead of the other chilies I've got to review. But yeah, they are meant to be sweet, so yeah, let's give it a try. Cheers. Yep. Tastes like it smells. Tastes a lot like a habanero. But there's a lot of sweetness backing it up. It's got that kind of red bell pepper sweetness. And then it gets a kick of the kind of almost the... I mean, I think they look a lot like the Brazilian starfish. And to be honest, like, once you get past that initial chinense flavour, they actually taste pretty similar. They've got the sweetness, the fruitiness, the kind of apple and berry kind of flavour. But yeah, definitely a big chinense flavour up front. There's a fair whack of heat for something that's you know, a sweet pepper. It's just not as hot as it smells like it is. Straight up smells like habanero. I'm not in the mood for a habanero right now, so I'm quite glad that it hasn't got the same amount of heat. The heat that it does have is on the underside of the back of my tongue, along the top of my tongue and towards the tip of my tongue, and it's starting to warm up the kind of inside of my lips right now. Flavour on it is not particularly long-lived. It's already starting to die off quite a bit now, but the sweetness does remain. There's still quite a lot of sweetness on your palate. almost kind of hints of melon in there now, in the same way that melon is quite a soft, sweet flavour. Not a fruit I eat myself, but I do like it when I find melon-like flavours in chilies. The heat's not too aggressive. Definitely it would be a great chili to grow if you're wanting to get into hot chilies, but you're not quite ready to be dealing with stuff that's like really, really hot. It would be a good gateway chili because there's a hell of a lot of flavour, and a lot of flavours that you find in much hotter chilies, but with just a fraction of the heat. I can't think. This is probably still milder than a jalapeno, if I'm honest. Smells like a habanero, but it's milder than a jalapeno. I can't think of much below that to kind of compare the heat to it, but it was significantly. The smell said it would be very hot. It's named a sweet chili, so I thought it wouldn't be hot, but it's a bit hotter than I thought it would be. Yeah, flavour's still got that kind of green melon kind of aroma. Now that the sweetness is dying off, the heat is dying off. Really interesting chili. Smells like a habanero. Tastes like a habanero when you bite into it, and then you get a weird kind of flavour that I found in bacatums, like the Brazilian starfish, that kind of backs it up, and then you get this nice finish into kind of sweet green melon kind of flavour, which is something I found with Scotch bonnets. So there's a lot of familiarity in this chili that, as far as I know, is not particularly widely grown. I couldn't find much information on it on the internet. I could find that it was a capsicum chinense. It's got chinense flavour, so that kind of checks out. Couldn't find anything on the heat for them. The only place I found stating a heat for an Ecuadorian Sweet, it said that it was a Annam variety, so I didn't want to go ahead and quote that because this is a chinense. I think there are a lot of lines getting blurred along the way there. I still got a bunch more of these in the fridge, so they might be fun to try. Make some guacamole out of them, because they're sweet with a little bit of punch, as well as some savoury kick. But yeah, thanks a lot, Phil, for sending me these pods. Actually really enjoyed these. I know Phil and I are big fans of putting peppers in sandwiches, and I might plan to do that for my breakfast in the morning. So yeah, cheers.